Hello, I am Dr. Kim Marie Mashinga from BraveBreakthroughs.com, where ultimate freedom begins. Our mission here is to activate your full potential so that you can live a life of purpose. There are way too many people suffering with things like anxiety, depression, insomnia, addiction, chronic pain. They're unhappy in their relationships, career, feeling like they can't even keep their head above water. According to the latest results done in 2014, over 70 million Americans are on mind-altering medication for things like anxiety, depression, ADHD. And 8.4 million of them are our children. Those numbers are staggering, and they are continuing to increase. So what can we do differently? Well, what we're doing already is not working. Many people are put on medications because they're treating the symptoms of the issue, but they're never getting to what is really going on, what is causing it. What we do here is a holistic approach. It gets to the root of the issue rather than treating just the symptoms. I haven't met anybody, I've never heard anybody who has ever found their joy, peace, or freedom out of a bottle. You see, our body is already setting us up to win. Everything we need to know is within us. It's like we have an inner GPS just letting us know what is going on. And when there is an area of our life that is not at ease, our body lets us know. And over time, it turns into dis-ease. But imagine if you bought a new car and the check engine light went on. And the first thing you did was unplug the light. That would seem ridiculous. Everyone knows not to do that because the check engine light is letting you know there's something wrong. That's what happens when our body indicates pain or an area that is not at ease. But by taking a medication that just treats the symptoms, it is truly like disconnecting that light in your car. It might dull the symptoms a little bit, but it doesn't get to what is causing it in the first place and preventing it from happening again. Let's use the example of taking aspirin for a headache or taking some kind of a pain reliever for a headache. Okay, so that's a trivial example, but if we take the pain medication, it might alleviate the headache. And sometimes, headaches are unbearable, I agree. But what is causing the headache in the first place, we never do get to find out. There are many reasons why we get headaches. One is our body is dehydrated, which is very dangerous. So over time, dehydration causes issues in the brain because our body is made up of 80% water, so we really need to be hydrated. So if we continually are getting headaches and we're continually taking medication for it, we're never addressing the problem, and then it will exacerbate and get worse because we haven't addressed what's really going on. Another reason why we get headaches is a hormone imbalance. Another one is neurological issues. All of these things are a big deal. And by taking the medication, it solves the short-term issue, but it also has side effects. One of them is dehydration. So it actually exacerbates the bigger issue. That is just one example. I'm not telling you that you never take pain medication, but getting to the root of the issue is how we're going to really solve the problem. When we're talking about things like anxiety, depression, insomnia, addiction, all of these things, there's something deeper going on. You weren't born broken. There's something emotionally, spiritually, or physically that can be shifted, and by setting up an environment where it allows you to win, allows you to thrive, we can address these areas at their root. So when we do take the pain medication, it stops our body's ability from letting us know where to go. We have set up a 5-part system here where we reset your body, mind, and spirit, setting up the proper environment. I was not aware just how powerful the fuel we put in our body has and the effects that it has. As a matter of fact, when a breaking point in my life was in my late 20s, I was in the fitness field. I was working with fitness and nutrition at the time, and I was going through a very devastating divorce. My children at the time were only 3 and 6 years old, and it was very difficult. I felt like the whole world was pulling at the bottom of my feet, and I was just trying to climb out of a hole, trying to get by, trying to take care of my children as a single parent. And my son, who was 6 at the time, was really struggling. He was showing fits of frustration, ripping at his face until it bled, pulling clumps of hair out of his head. It was absolutely devastating, overwhelming. I didn't know what to do to help him. I remember my mom saying it was like almost like he had an allergic reaction, because he would just explode out of nowhere. It felt like he was almost like foaming from the mouth kind of thing. And finally, I took him to a psychiatrist against my feelings of better judgment. I just didn't know another way. So I went into the office, and while I'm in the waiting room, he starts one of these fits, and he's just lashing out, and he would do that in school as well. I mean, he did it at home and at school, but now he's doing it in the doctor's office, and I'm in the waiting room, and I just don't know what to do. He's getting ready to draw blood, and I'm just about on top of his 40-pound body, holding his hands down before the doctor asked us to come in. I was at wit's end. I was truly at wit's end. And when I got into the office, the doctor collected some information, and he quickly diagnosed him with severe depression. And he said that he wanted to put him on Ritalin. And I had known other children that had been put on this medication, and it changed them. It dulled their spirit, and there are side effects too. Being in the fitness and health field, I just really wasn't okay with that. Everything in my body just screamed no. I didn't know the answers, but I knew that wasn't the answer. That wasn't going to get to what is causing this issue. I didn't believe he was born with this, because he wasn't always that way. He was a very, very different child not long before. So I left the office, and I was on a mission. And what I found out was that some of the foods that we're eating that we call healthy, everyday foods, can have adverse reactions, can cause things that are like an allergic reaction, and you really aren't supporting the body. And so the fuel that we put in our body can dictate our reactions, our moods, our hormone levels, our choices, cravings, all of these things. I had no idea. I made a few simple shifts in my son's diet, and he changed dramatically. As a matter of fact, I got a phone call from his teacher saying, "Where is your son, and who is this child you sent as a replacement?" So I knew I was on to something. I was able to level him out, level his moods out. And no, that didn't solve all the problems. That was one layer, but allowed me to stabilize him, allowed me to set him up to win physically, so he wasn't physically suffering. Then we were able to go deeper into the emotional and the spiritual. And through that was almost 30 years ago, I have now developed a system that is 5 parts. It's resetting the body. It's removing the things, the energy drains and the obstacles that are pulling you down in life. It is rejuvenating your body, mind, and spirit with the proper tools and coping skills and nourishment that your body, mind, and spirit need to thrive. And then we restore your body's ability to speak to you, your divine connection. In each one of us, we have this inner GPS that's always directing us. All we have to do is slow down enough to listen. And then finally, we get you very clear on your goals, priorities, and values. And we set clear intention. We have a roadmap set up specifically for you with action steps that are walking in the direction of your goals and dreams rather than tripping yourself. You see, many of us, because we are spiritual beings in a human experience, we have these blind spots that hold us back and we're not aware of them. This is the work we do. These are the glitches that we remove so that when we do set up your goals, they are in alignment with what you want rather than what you don't want. Many people spend their life focusing on what they don't want and they get more of it. So we are very clear at Brave Breakthroughs. We believe that there is so much goodness within you. And even though there are things that get passed down in heredity, that does not mean that you have to get them. There are two things that you can do. You can either activate your potential or activate things that are in your body like disease, but they don't have to be activated. We have to be intentional and choose. So what we do is we direct you to repattern your thinking and your blind spots so that you're walking in the direction of the things you want rather than what you don't want. We address the root cause of the issue and rather than treating symptoms and shutting off your body's ability to speak to you. This is what we do here at Brave Breakthroughs. I would love to hear from you. You can give us a call at 800-616-7380. You can reach us at support at bravebreakthroughs.com, or go to our website and sign up for a free clarity call at www.bravebreakthroughs.com. I would love to help you and just see how you can move forward into a place of flourishing and thriving rather than barely getting by in life. Life is too short and you have too much to offer. So this is what we do here, and we have so many great testimonials. You can go on the website and see all the people that have been through things like addiction, insomnia, depression, and anxiety, all of it, and have come out the other side winning from a place of thriving. That's what I want to see for you. Thank you so much, and we look forward to seeing and hearing from you. Again, support at bravebreakthroughs.com. You can call us at 800-616-7380. That's 800-616-7380. Or go to our website at www.bravebreakthroughs.com and sign up for your free clarity call today. Thank you.